Welcome back to the gear videos. Today we will be discussing backpacks. All right, so this is the pack I started out with, 4.9 pounds. Anyway, it was very comfortable. I mean, this thing is to me it's the Cadillac. And this is a Osprey Ariel AG 65, meaning it's got 65 liters of storage capacity. For those who don't know about what the numbers mean, I didn't know what they meant when I first started. And it was just an amazing pack, but it was way too heavy for me. 4.9 pounds with everything. I did take off what's considered the brain or the top, because what this piece is right here is it comes off and it's considered it's a day pack. So it unfolds out of itself, and you can use it like if you're going off trail, which I just use my pocket. This pack, it's got plenty of room. It's got the extra flap for the top for if you don't use the top, the day pack, the brain. And then what's nice is it's got wonderful side pockets here. Everything is just really heavy duty, and it's got wonderfully padded straps, fairly wide straps, and it's got this netting in between so your back doesn't sweat against you. And then these arms, wrap these arms around you. See? Amazing, comfortable, little things, little pockets on the hip straps. But for me, couple things. My little short arms, I couldn't reach the hip straps, so those were more just extra storage for when I took the pack off. Here's what happened. It was too heavy for me, and as my body was getting used to carrying a pack, these points right here were hitting right on my hips. So another hiker said she cut off parts of her butt pad, and I need to look and see where that thing is. I'll show you what a butt pad is. And I find it. I cut off 2 squares off my butt pad because I never used my butt pad because I couldn't reach it to sit on it. I was just sitting on rocks. But put them right here underneath, and then that helped the load not dig into my back there until my body got strong enough to kind of hold the pack. I just happened to notice that you seem to have forgotten a couple of items like zippers on the Osprey Ariel pack. Okay, when I was recording about the backpacks the other day, my phone actually quit, and I missed out on a couple things telling you about that I think are really important. So I came back to tell you about it now because somebody reminded me. Anyway, something that I really loved about the Osprey pack, the Ariel, is it's got this bottom zipper compartment. It actually goes all the way up inside, but this gives you access to, like I had my sleeping bag in there. So once I get my tent set up, then I could quickly get my sleeping bag and my mattress out in the tent, and then that's all set up so that way then I can worry about cooking and doing the other things. But I just like to have, it's kind of like a little drop seat, you know, like on those pajamas that you used to see the little kids have, and I think some big kids still have them. But anyway, and then also the other thing is not only is there a bottom drop seat zipper, but there's a side zipper. And this is for if you need to get into your pack sideways, and initially that's where I used to have my rain and wind gear to reach into there and get it, so I didn't have to open up the whole pack and then dig things out. Like you just put things strategically by this, and I think they call it a J zipper, but it actually it's just how far does it go around? I only opened it up that far. That's far enough for me to get into the side of the pack. So I just want to make sure that you saw that on the Osprey. And that's one thing that I kind of look for in the other packs. They don't have it on the Exos, and I'm not sure if it was just for this pack only. But I think it's a great idea, you know, being able to get into your pack from a couple different ways. So that's what, so a lot of bells and whistles. So I just wanted to make sure you knew about that.
Thank you very much. It looks like I'm a talking backpack.
So by the time I got to Warner Springs, I was pretty much ready for a new pack. I thought, well, I'll see what she's got. I got the Granite Gear Crown 60, which is a 60 liter, and that was a really nice pack. it was kind of tubular, and God, my hair is getting hot. But right away, of course, I was used to having the bottom opening and the side opening of the Osprey. Anyway, I really loved the pack. It was nice and light, 2.1 pounds. Whee! I don't have it right now, but my daughter's got it. It's a great pack. It also just wasn't for me. In an effort, you know, in part of why they're going so light with their packs, one things that they did was they did the straps on it were very thin. There was minimal padding on the shoulder straps. Anyway, I contacted Granite Gear and asked them if they had another hip belt for it, because like the Ospreys, in a lot of different packs you can get there's interchangeable hip belts, and I thought, well, maybe if I could just get a stronger, a little bit more beefed up hip belt with maybe some wire straps. Well, apparently that, I don't know if it's all of Granite Gear or just that particular model, does not have a interchangeable hip belt. I was speaking with Loch Ness on the trail. He got a more newer version of the Granite Gear, and it did have some more beefed up, a little bit more on the hip belt and the straps. But that thin strap, it was cutting me in half. I was having to have it so tight in order to get my support. So when I contacted them, they said, no, we don't have that. And they said, really, that pack is not meant to go more than 35 pounds. And at that point, especially when I was town heavy, I was in the 35 to 40 pound range. And that's when it really hurt, was when I was town heavy, coming out of town with water, food. You know, there was just a lot of weight pulling down. So I really cinched it up and cut myself in half. So anyway, so my daughter to the rescue. She had just gotten back from New Zealand hiking the Te Aurora, and she brought me her pack. This is a well-loved pack, let me tell you. It's been around the world, and but it's another Osprey. It's the Exos, the old one before they remodeled it this last year, and it's a 48. And she wasn't sure if I'd be able to fit everything into a 48, and I'm glad I went to it. It's either a 48 or 45. I think it said on it somewhere before I rubbed it off. Yeah, 48. Look at this poor thing. Holes everywhere. But it's kind of like a woman with a purse. The bigger purse you get, the more stuff you find to put in it, you know, and it adds up. Oh, I got room for that, I got room for that. Where I found that keeping down to the 48, that really kept me in line, as far as, not that I was throwing extra stuff in there, but I found that I was carrying the 65 and the 60, and I really didn't need it. All I needed was the 48. So that worked out very well. And so the other thing is that I gotta get, before I go back, because this is hers, is it has this liner, this beautiful bright yellow thick liner that I just always keep the pack lined. There's no reason to take it in, take it out, whereas my other pack, I had a big garbage bag in the bottom. It was black, and when I needed to use it, I didn't. And this way, it's just always there. And I like it because the stuff slides down really easy. Then you can tuck it, roll it, and then now everything is in your pack is waterproof. It's a thick plastic, and I like it because it's yellow, because you can see down in your pack, if that makes sense. A lot of times you're looking for something and it's all dark down there. I mean, it's not very far, but it's all dark. So I like the yellow. So that was another plus. So I've got to get one before this goes back to her. That's what I was feeling. I thought, what am I feeling in there? It weighs a couple ounces. And then, of course, there's the place here. That's where I kept my flat koozie. And initially I was keeping my passport and all my permits, but they began getting a little bit hard to get to when I needed them, because all of a sudden on the trail there's places where they were requiring to see your permit, and so I started just putting that in the top. There is an inside and an outside, so you don't have to open up your whole pack. Right here in the top little part, there's a place you could put, I actually started putting my rain jacket, rain jacket in there, and then on the inside, there is another zip compartment here where did I? Oh, here it is. This is my pack. I got a waterproof holder. This has my permits, my campfire permit, and important papers. I have my little list of bills when they needed to be paid, and then also my passport. And that just goes right on the inside. So that was very convenient. And then it has, now the new one they came out with, the Exos, this last year, doesn't have hip pockets. And a lot of people are upset about that. I don't know. You know, they say you can maybe get something from Z-Packs or something to add on. I like having it as part of it, but you know, can't have everything. And then the side pockets here, you can see I have to safety pin, and they were getting so worn out because this is where I keep my bottles of water. Now the ones that they make now, the top is so narrow you can get one bottle in. I think they're planning that you're going to stick the bottles out this way, but I'd have to put it on to see if I could reach my bottle. But I like to have it upright, and you'll see why later. And so, and then the back, there's another outside netting here that has gone to heck. So anything I put in there, I had to splint it in something so it didn't fall out these holes. And then again, the side pockets, those are what have deteriorated on these. So I'm wondering if we could send this back to Osprey and see if they can just put new netting on it. That would be amazing. And so this pack to me was the winner for me. The Exos 48. I still haven't made a decision on the new model. I'm not going to get a new pack until next year, and that's one thing I was going to advise people. Unless you really need to have it right now, wait until shortly before you go, only because they're going to come out with a newer, maybe better, lighter model. So you want to take advantage of that last minute. Like I might have gotten a different tent, and you know, who knows, but maybe not, because I didn't have the experience of the trail yet. So that's that. And then this was my bling, my bicycle bling that my husband had purchased for me before he had to go, because he knows how much I like bling. All right, that's it for packs. Okay, then another thing that's really important to have along with the backpacks is I got a pack cover, Osprey, and I just keep it packed in this little thing right here. And I started tying it, clipping it to the outside of my pack, because if you're starting to get into rain, you don't want to be digging through your pack and getting everything out in the rain. And of course, when it was really raining, I didn't pull out my pack cover. I didn't think, oh, it doesn't seem to be raining that much, because I had my umbrella, okay? But the umbrella just kind of keeps this dry right here. It doesn't keep everything else dry. And that was when I still had my old pack, so I didn't have the liner in it. So that was the night at Fred Flat that I slept cold in my rain gear, because that was the only thing that ended up being dry, because the rain just saturated everything. And did I stop and put my rain thing on? No, I didn't think it was raining that much. So I highly recommend a pack cover for the rain. And that concludes gear video number 2, talking about backpacks, pack covers, and drop seats. Bug suits too. Thank you.